Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I used to have a betting tipping line when I was oh God. You are in the right place if you're here for stories, by the way. But I don't even know why I'm starting with this. I just thought it just then because it reminded me of my tipping line. So basically, I used to ring up for a pound 50 a minute tipping service. And I used to go, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Blue Chips. I'm your host, Dean Booty. Today we're talking about this, this, and this, and this. And basically, I used to keep you talking for a minute before I used to give you any tip because I thought there's no way you are dialing up and just giving me 50 pence for a tip that I spent hours and hours and hours studying. And so I say, and I said, we've got three bets today. Well, we've got one at Wolverhampton. I tell you what, this is going to be a short price one, but it should do the business. It's going to hack up. And then we've got one at Wolverhampton later on. It's a bit of a biggie. It's an each way value bet. You can't go wrong with this one. And then last and finally, we got all the way to Pontefract for the evening racing. And I can't lie, we have this Henry Cecil trained little beauty that is. I think it's overpriced. I think it's a massive price and one that we are going to get stuck into. Okay, so the first bet runs in the 220 race at Hamilton. This, and I don't say its name until like it's gone a minute. I got a little timer up there, so I thought there's a pound 50 for every person that rings. Anyway, there's a little bit about me that you didn't know. I don't know whether I used to love it, honestly. I had a big, it's a machine called the TFB 63 SAB. And I used to sit there with a microphone and there I was. It was fantastic. So I was like 18 years old putting out content of a tipping service. I think I might have even been younger than that as well. And I used to do a private members area. And people used to send me checks and I used to go down to this PO box number. And I used to get like £75 a day from different people sending me different money to be a member of my tipping service. Them were the days. See, I've always been into some sort of entrepreneurship. Anyway, we're here for self-storage. We're not here for gambling and betting. I don't even know anything about horse racing anymore. But when I sell out, I want to buy a lot of horses. That is one of my passions that I used to have, and I want to get back into it when I sell out. Anyway, we're here for self-storage. Welcome to Hacking Self-Storage, not hacking horse racing. It's hacking self-storage. Today, we're talking about a site that is very, very special to me. It is Wrexham. Why is it special, I hear you ask? Because it was my first ever acquisition. And it was my first ever acquisition. And yeah, I learned a lot about self-storage with this acquisition because I learned about how other people were doing things. And just with a simple bits of tweaks here and there, I could I could massively increase the revenue. I checked today, by the way, and their revenue when we first started, the first month we took over, we took 6K. We've now just taken in August, I think it's 19K. I'll pull up the figures in a minute. I think it's £19,000. So we've more than 3x'd if we take it month to month to month to month, the revenue. And yeah, we've 14x the profit. And again, there wasn't doing a whole host of things wrong, but it's just some tweaks here and there. And yes, I'm going to take the opportunity to mention my course because I'm going to teach you. If you've got already a self-storage facility, unless you're an A1 operator, I reckon there's no doubt about it. I could come in your business and say, just need to tweak here, tweak there, and you can increase. And where that's a part of the course that I'm going to be selling in this, it's going to be a bonus for this one. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the recording after that. I might sell it on its own. I don't know. I'm trying to take as much advice as possible from course experts. You know me and mentors. I spent close to 40 grand on mentors just on courses to make sure that I'm doing the right possible thing by you guys and making sure that you're going to get the results, etc. Because obviously, if I'm giving a money back guarantee, there's no point putting all this effort in and somebody coming not liking the course and asking for the money back because that doesn't help me, it doesn't help you. Because obviously, if you're asking for the money back, you haven't got any value out of it, and that's the last thing I want. And so, the better I make the course, the better it is for you and for me and for everybody. And so I'm trying to make sure that I invest a lot of money into it to make sure it is going to be something that we can sell time and time and time and time and time again. And ultimately educate the market as well, because I'm not scared of educated competition. I'm scared of uneducated competition. If you come into my market and it's underserviced, we can both flourish and win. If you come into my market and it's overserviced, guess what? We're both gonna lose. So I want to teach people to do it the right way. So yeah, so looking at Wrexham was really interesting because we're going to showcase exactly what I did to buy the site, and exactly what the processes I went through and the thoughts behind them, how we increased the revenue and we increased the revenue, decreased the expenses, and we obviously increase the profitability as well. And it's not rocket science. It's really not. So we're going to talk about that in the course. Anyway, let's get into today's podcast when we are talking about how good Wrexham did in August. And obviously, all this is in mrselfstorage.com, daily free newsletter as well. Sign up there. It's where all the cool kids hang out. Right. So quotes. Uh, quotes were good. I put here. I've put here my first acquisition. I think the headline for Wrexham is it's very in capitals consistent. It is. It just produces. It's just consistent. It's not exceptional. It's not poor. It's just is. It's just always there. Just chugging away. Um, three, four, five, six, seven, eight reservations here, here, there, and everywhere. But on the face of it, and we'll get into it, there's reasons why, because the conversion rate is only 13%. We got 10 reservations and 10 move-ins in the month, which on the face of it looks bloody rubbish after 77 quotes. But there's reasons for that, and I'll dive into them right now, actually. Yeah, so yeah, so we don't have any or many internal rooms to rent at Rexford. Wrexham, and Rexford. 1 second, just gonna take a swig of coffee. Do you know, me again going off topic here. I was just thinking, careful, Dean, because you don't want yellow teeth with coffee staining your teeth. And I was like, oh yeah, when me and Claire had an argument once, she said, you know, you've got yellow teeth. I'm like, oh, oh. And it's genuinely affected me for uh, for like 5 months. When I'm smiling and talking to someone, I'm like, I get shave my cape. I'm sorry. Good old TikTok shop. I've got these whitening strips and everything, and I'm looking at what makes yellow teeth and stuff. I've got clean. I've got like toothbrush. I clean them well, and I'm like, coffee can't be good for you. So I was just trying not to get my front teeth and touching the coffee. Anyway, this has been a real all over the place podcast so far. I'm trying to talk about one thing. I'm talking about six other things. Right. So yeah, we haven't got many internal rooms at the minute, and we're trying. There's one big problem with Wrexham. The corridors were too big. They were massive, and that is not what you want for self storage. And so we need to try and we can only increase it by, I don't know, 1,300 square foot to 1,500 square foot internal rooms, but it's better than nothing. So we're going to do that. So we're going to get Janice down and to do that. Other people are available, by the way. It's only because they did the original shop fit, so they've got all the drawings, so they know exactly what they're doing. So we're meeting Janice this actually yesterday. By the time this comes out, we met Janice yesterday. And so we're trying to increase the amount of internal rooms. Obviously, externally, we've got loads of containers and stuff. So we've keep expanding the container offering. So that is why the conversion rates aren't very good. However, do you know what? I'm going to go straight to cost to acquire a customer, because cost to acquire a customer was alarmingly high here. Cost to acquire a customer was, so the CAC, where is it? CAC. Cost to acquire a customer, I just put very, very high in the notes, and I haven't told what it was. £240. So it's £240 to acquire a customer at Clough Road. Sorry, Wrexham. I was thinking, why is it so hard? What is the reasons? And the only reason that I can think of is that we've got no units available. So obviously we're putting pay-per-clicks ads out there, but we've got no units. Why would we do that? Why? Just container storage. People who want containers, just do that. We don't need to be bidding on something, because they come and get a quote, but they want internal storage. We can't give them internal storage. And we paid for that quote because through Google. And so we paid last month, we paid £2,159.99 on Google ads in that month. Too much. We didn't need to spend that much. And so straight away, cut off a Google ad spend for anything at Wrexham to do with container storage. Apart from to do with container storage, because we're full. We're actually 90% occupied, but I don't think we've got, I think we have one room inside. So we need to stop that because it's only outdoor. So we're wasting money. And this is why it's so important to do a deep dive. And to be fair, I should have picked up on it earlier. And maybe somebody else internally should have picked up on it as well, thinking, right, so Dana, we're paying for Google Ads here, we're full. It's just thinking about it. And I didn't think about it. They didn't think about it. And it takes until seeing these figures now thinking, holy shit, yeah, we're paying for Google Ads to advertise something that we can't sell. Why would you do that? And so we all missed it. We've all dropped the ball there. And ultimately, it's my fault because it's my business. So, yeah, I dropped the ball there, and I could have saved £2,000. Oh, not saved £2,000 because when we're full, I could have done just got in touch with the Google Ads people and says, by the way, we should have. Can we cancel the Google Ads on Wrexham and just do container storage? Just bid on container words. You know what to do. So that yeah, that's where I dropped the ball at Wrexham definitely. So it could have been another £1,500 say in my pocket rather than Google's, and they've got enough in their pockets. I don't have enough in my pockets. Yeah, you live and learn. 1,400 square foot moved in, really good, especially given how full we are. I put give them. I spelled that wrong. There we go. 1,200 square foot moved out. That's a 13% churn. I think that's very high for Wrexham, but we've just done a big price increase at Wrexham, so maybe that has something to do with it. But it's not as high as Clough Road, 27%. This is only 13%. We can stomach 13%, 27% is not really stomachable. So it's something to keep an eye on as well. So we're net 200 square foot for the month, 90% occupied. We are looking to squeeze, I put here, no, we are looking to squeeze some internal units in to maximize our revenue. So, yep, that's right. Revenue over £19,000 taken, the highest month ever. Also, the first month we had the facility, it was only turning over 6K. Yeah, already mentioned that. Yeah, want to know how we increased the revenue? I put buy my course, and we spoke about that already. Hey, what a great marketer! Well, yeah, buy my course. I'm doing a Wrexham deep dive. What we did to increase revenue by 14 times, increase revenue, increase profit. That should be we increase revenue by 14 times. Crazy. Increase. Oh yeah, increase revenue and profit by 14 times. Sorry, that was right. The average insurance sold was 5,600. To be honest, that needs to be bigger because we're selling mostly bigger units there. So the score out of 10 for this site, it's 7.5, baby. I don't know why I keep saying baby. I did put an 8 and then I dropped it to a 7. And then I put it as an 8. And then I dropped it to a 7. And honestly, I'm not kidding you. I went backwards and forwards thinking, yeah, but this, yeah, but that, yeah, but this. Look at the conversion rate. Yeah, but the conversion rate's only that because we didn't have the units to sell. If we had the units to sell, then the conversion rate would be higher. Yeah, but look at the CAC. Yeah, but that was my fault. Yeah, but if you weren't such an idiot, then it would be 8. Yeah, but I am an idiot, so it's still a 7. So I went backwards and forwards on it, and I thought, right, this has taken 21 hours and 42 seconds. We need to we need to decide, and so I decided 7.5. I mean, I might change that. No, so I'll put here solid month, good occupancy, low conversions, but you expect that with the occupancy and high CAC. And there's a high CAC as well, cost to acquire a customer. So yeah, I was talking to Mark Prince on the phone today, and I said, ultimately, you can't have everything in self-storage. You have to make a choice. You can either have low churn rate, what was it? Low churn rate, low revenue. High revenue, I can put it another way. High revenue, high churn rate. So high price per square foot that you're getting, high churn rate, because the higher you are, the more people are going to be, the more people, what's the word? Anyway, the more churn you're going to get, the more people are going to move out. So high churn rate, high revenue per square foot, high churn rate, low revenue per square foot, low churn rate. Like Glasgow, which I'm talking about Tuesday, I believe, it's got a low churn rate. Why? Because it's cheap, and nobody's going to move out. Although, having said that, 2 people are moving out this week. But normally, it's just a very, very, very low churn rate because people aren't moving out because it's very, very cheap and it doesn't come up on their radar as something they need to cut. But when it's high revenue, high cost per square foot, high bills, then people will second guess and look at it a bit more. So it's very interesting to balance those two type walk. I know which way I want to be. I don't mind high chain as long as we're good at our job, as long as we still keep getting the quotes. I don't mind a high chain rate. I'd rather not have a high chain rate, but I also want a high revenue per square foot, and we outperform every site that's in our vicinity on price per square foot. And so I understand that my chain rate is going to be a little bit higher, but as long as I don't see the quotes drop off, that is my tactic. And don't get me wrong, there's different tactics and strategies for different periods of the year, and also different when the quotes change. If the landscape changed and we wasn't getting as much quotes, then my strategy would be different as well, because I know I can replace some customers because of the amount of quotes we're getting. Ultimately, you tell me how many website visitors we're going to get. I can tell you straight away how many reservations we're going to get. It's just plug and play. You get me the people visiting my website, and I can tell you, I know my team will convert at a certain level. So it's all about numbers. As long as I'm still getting them website visitors, then I'm happy. Don't even need to be quotes, because I know the website does its job. And then one element is broken, then we know it's I call it dot to doctor. So I've talked about it before, funnel. If you're not getting 20% of your website visitors doing quote, then look at your website because it could be doing a better job. And if you're not converting at least 25% of your quotes, then either your sales process is rubbish, your sales team are rubbish, or you're not getting in contact. There's something broken there. So yeah, it's just data. The data is the data is the data. I don't have any opinions on self-storage now to manage it. I let the data tell me. And once the data is telling me something, then I adjust depending on that data, depending on the amount of ultimately it comes into eyeballs and what it costs you to get them eyeballs to your website. And then all the rest of it is just data. It's just math. Right. All right, my friends. I love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you on Monday. Have a lovely weekend and see you soon. Bye. Love you. Appreciate you. Bye.